What's going on, y'all? This is John Alsace with Facemask Fantasy. We got new up-to-date fantasy content coming your way every day on this channel, so if you have not subscribed already, then please hit that button. But before we get into our main topic for today, my co-host Nick Payne put in a ton of work to give you guys a free 2021 Redraft draft kit available on our website, which can be found at facemaskpod.com. It's a great piece of content, something that other analysts might be charging you for, but we're giving it to you for free. So without further ado, let's get into some fantasy talk, and today we're going to talk Cordarrelle Patterson, because news came out he is listed as the number 2 running back on the Falcons Week 1 depth chart. Mike Davis sits atop the backfield depth chart, and the newly acquired Wayne Gallman sits at number 3. Patterson, while a wide receiver by trade, is no stranger to the utility role in the NFL. Patterson's kind of an enigma. Teams have always used him on special teams, but he started his career as more of a typical wide receiver. He averaged 71.3 targets through 3 healthy seasons. In his last 3, he's averaged 23. He started his career averaging 7.75 rushes through his first 4 seasons. In his last 3, he's averaged 41. He's become much more of a runner than a pass catcher, but even so, even after seeing 81 rush attempts in his 2 seasons with Chicago and 42 rushes in 2018 with the Patriots, he's become much more of a runner than a pass catcher. He's seen 81 rush attempts in his past 2 seasons with Chicago and 42 rushes in 2018 with the Patriots. And this is a front office that clearly does not have any issues utilizing old running backs in roles they've never been used before prior to 2020. Mike Davis is projected for 300 plus touches when he's never had more than 235 prior to 2019. In 2020, Todd Gurley was the RB4 in this offense through week 8 before picking up injuries and fading down the stretch due to wear and tear, but he was the RB4 in total touches behind Henry, Zeke, and Jacobs. But again, down the stretch, RB66 from week 9 to week 16. Not a guy you wanted on your fantasy team. But he was an elder back who was given a ton of work early in the season and just couldn't handle the workload of being an RB1, thus opening opportunities for other running backs to get meaningful touches in this offense in 2020 late down the stretch. In 2020, Mike Davis was the RB9 from week 2 to week 8. After which he got banged up a bit himself and finished RB24 from weeks 9 to week 15. We could see a situation mimicking what happened with Todd Gurley in 2020 with Mike Davis in 2021. He starts hot for 8 games and then proves not to be a bell cow back, fades down the stretch, opening up an opportunity for both Patterson and Gallman to get increased work in this offense. Now, Gallman is who I really like here as an option. I think the story that Patterson is listed as the number 2 is only relevant until Gallman learns the playbook. From week 7 onward, Gallman was the RB13 last season for the Giants, 13.2 rushes, 2.1 receptions. He had 147 carries for 682 yards and 6 touchdowns, good enough for a 4.6 yards per carry average. Patterson, on the other hand, has finished wide receiver 97 in 2020, wide receiver 25 in 2019, wide receiver 73 in 2018, wide receiver 72 in 2017, wide receiver 82 in 2016, wide receiver 191 in 2015, wide receiver 80 in 2014, and wide receiver 39 in 2013 behind 2 special team scores in his rookie season. Gotta go back to 2013 to the last time you wanted Cordarrelle Patterson on your fantasy team. And even then, that wasn't even enough to qualify as a wide receiver 3. Now, looking at this offense Arthur Smith is bringing over from the Titans, he's used to having Derrick Henry, and he needs to be able to approximate Henry's strengths with the trio of running backs that he has on this roster. Davis isn't one to get 400 touches a year. Henry was. Davis is a guy who can take it to the house with the good chance of getting chunk plays whenever he touches the ball, but realistically he shouldn't be given more than 20 touches a game. Henry had 397 touches last year, 24.8 touches a game in 2020. Mike Davis had 235 touches in 15 games. That's a 15.6 average, and there's a 9.2 touch difference. And that was with Mike Davis fading down the stretch. There's a 9.2 touch difference just when accounting for Derrick Henry's touch load last season. When you add in that Donta Foreman had 1.4 touches per game last season, Darrington Evans had 1.12 touches on the ground last season, and Jeremy Nichols had 2.9 touches on the ground last season, that averages out to 30.6 running back touches per game last season in Arthur Smith's offense. I think Mike Davis hovers around 20 touches per game, which is is an increase of 4.4 touches over last season's average, but that still allows for 10 running back touches in this offense to go to Gallman and Patterson. So what does this mean for fantasy? Patterson is not somebody I'm looking at in season-long leagues. He is on my watch list just in case something were to happen to Mike Davis. And if Wayne Gallman is available, I like Wayne Gallman a lot more than I like Cordarrelle Patterson in the event that something were to happen to Mike Davis. But both are just handcuffs. In Dynasty, Wayne Gallman is 26, will turn 27 this year. Cordarrelle Patterson turned 30 in March this past offseason. And Mike Davis himself turned 28 in February this past offseason as well. So nobody's young in this trio of backs. And thus nobody's particularly a dynasty target for me for the running back position. If this news gives you the ability to sell Cordarrelle Patterson for anything, I would do that right now. And if this news sways anybody away from Wayne Gallman, if he gets dropped or something, I think he's worthy of a pickup, though I do not think he's worthy of going out and trading for at this point in time. Because while I am high on him, he is 26, turning 27 later on this season, and he'd just be really a one-year speculative ad in case something were to happen to Mike Davis. So what do you guys think about the Falcons running back situation? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. My name is John Alsace, and this is Facemask Fantasy. We bring you new up-to-date fantasy content every day right here on this channel, so if you have not subscribed already, please hit that button. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.